everyone, Zoe Flowers here, back with another pick a card reading, and this is your self-care reading for the week. So as always, we have three piles here for you to choose from. Pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. So as always, just take a moment to get yourself settled, pause the video, do whatever you need to do. Let's take a deep breath in together. Exhale out. And I invite your most enlightened ancestors and spirit guides and my most enlightened ancestors and spirit guides into the reading so that you can receive the information, inspiration, and confirmation that you're looking for. That's why you're here. All right, let's get started. All right, pile number one. So if you picked the rose quartz, okay, then that tells me that this week's self-care message is going to be about how you can love yourself better, how you can honor yourself better, and how you can give yourself the love that you're wanting. So often we expect other people to do for us what we are not willing to do for ourselves. And if anything has, if you all have learned anything during this quarantine, reset, uprisings in the country and globally, I hope that it is that you have learned that you matter, that your life matters, and how you treat yourself matters. Wow. Okay, so your first message is she receives advice or guidance. We have the 19 here, which will reduce to a 20, which will reduce down to the number 2. So this has to do with partnerships. And so maybe the guidance you're receiving is the guidance that you're receiving from me. Very interesting that it's the first one out. So your self-care message is to listen to the guidance that you receive. Listen to the advice that you receive. So me saying, hey, love yourself first, right? You have been on notice. That is your guidance for the week. Okay? What else we got? Nukua from the goddess, right? Because I wanted to really find out about goddess support this week and what goddess could support you this week, pile number one. And so we have Nukua. So putting things in order. I'm feeling like real Virgo teas here. So you could be a Virgo, Virgo sun, moon, rising. You want to put things in order this week. You want to organize your home. You want to make things right and correct. And so maybe that's also about this guidance. Maybe looking up that lady on Netflix, that lady who talks about clutter. She's an Asian woman. I can't think of her name, but she was very popular. I want to say like last year, she told people to throw away their books and all this stuff. But anyway, getting things in order is going to make you feel more organized. I always say the outside reflects the inside. And so, yeah, clearing the clutter, making sure you have order in your space will make you feel better. And it's also an important part of manifesting what you want. Okay, so put things in order. I feel God's presence in my life. That is your affirmation for the week. I don't know what your spiritual affiliations are, so you can take out God and put in whatever you want. Higher self, universe, whatever feels good to you. But you definitely want to give reverence this week to the presence of the universe in your life, the presence of something larger than yourself. And isn't that interesting when we have putting things in order and receiving guidance? Like letting the universe guide your steps, letting your higher self guide your steps, letting your, wow, that's so interesting, letting your higher source and your higher self work with you to put things in order. And this is also could also be about the divine order of the universe, that everything is happening in divine timing and in divine order, understanding that and being okay with that and stop trying to control everything. Nourish your body with high vibing energy. So there you go. Again, feeling that presence of something larger than yourself, putting things in order and keeping the vibes high. That is your self-care guidance. What else do we have? Pile number one. Oh, wow. So this actually was in reverse. We have carnelian, which we're going to reduce that down to a 5. Okay, that 1 + 4 is 5. 5 is freedom, among other things in numerology. So getting yourself some carnelian to help with your self-confidence and your self-image. And also, this also plays in for me to this thing about I feel the universal presence in my life. It's also about understanding, right? When we understand that we are a part of the divine order of things, then we have a greater sense of confidence, a greater sense of self, but also just grabbing yourself some carnelian. And actually, two cards came out for you, pile number one. Do more to your right. I have never heard of this before, so let me just quickly grab the book. That is number 21, which reduces down to a 3. What is 3 in numerology? Organization. Wow. Organization, orderliness, clutter clearing, list making. Not all plans will come to fruition, but in the planning, we learn so much. Have you worked out your plans, making lists and organizing your thoughts? Okay, so clearly some of y'all need to be clearing out the clutter. Pile number 1, clearing out the clutter, whether it is clutter in your mind or literal clutter in your space. So getting yourself some do more to your right, to help you with that clutter. Also, sometimes, 3 can be a 3-party situation. So if you're dealing with a 3-party situation or you have a history of 3-party situations, right, a lot that can definitely attribute to a lack of confidence, a lack of self-esteem. And so if that is something that you're feeling, having cluttered thoughts, guilt, and things like that, regret and things like that, clearing that clutter, right? If it is, again, a 3rd-party situation, maybe clearing that person's stuff out of your house. Maybe you have stuff from previous relationships still in your house. Maybe you have their books or their shirts or whatever. So you want to go ahead and clear all that out so you can make space for the new. What do we have here? Initiation in reverse. Spirit in reverse. So again, this is giving me real, like, you got me going in circles. Do. Right? This is giving me real 2 steps forward, 2 steps back tease. This is giving me real, like, again, just going round and round in your thoughts and not connecting to spirit. And that is so interesting because I feel God's presence in my life is sitting right above the spirit card. So for whatever reason, this is a card of initiation. This is a card of taking the next spiritual step. So for whatever reason, you're holding yourself back, pile number 1. You are resisting the call to spirit. But that really is the key. Wow, I just said that is the key. And then we have blessings here. So making a list, because this do more to write also talked about making lists. So perhaps making a list of all your blessings that you have devices where you can watch these videos on, blessings that you woke up this morning or this afternoon or whenever you're watching this video, right? So writing down the blessings that you do have, and the blessings is sitting right underneath the she receives guidance, which is, and then we have the high vibes under that, and then we have the blessings under that. Wow. And then finally we have sing. And sing is sitting under the order and the carnelian and the dumortierite crystal. All right, and then we have 9, almost at completion. So just sing around your place. Again, being grateful that blessings comes right before sing. So really looking at your blessings this week, really counting your blessings, pile number 1, and stop resisting the call to spirit. Like, come play with us. Like, come into the mystery. That's the guidance for this week. That's the vibes. So that's it. Drop down in the comments. Let me know if it resonates, and I'll see you next time. Bye. All right, pile number 2. It's a lot going on. It is so warm, but okay, there's so much going on. Okay, so let's just get into it. All right, pile number 2. I can't remember. I think this is Amazonite, or maybe it's chrysocolla. Maybe this is chrysocolla. I'll look. All right. Message. She is changed. Okay, pile number two. So your self-care message of the week is to let yourself be different. Let yourself be changed. The changes that you've been going through. Here, Mary J. Blige. Can't you see what I've been going through? Cause I want to be with you. So let the changes take over. Don't beat yourself up because you are not how you used to be. Maybe you're not as innocent as you once were because of your experiences in life. Maybe you're changed because of everything that's been happening in 2020. And that's all right. Okay? This is a week for you to accept all that's happened to you, to reconcile it, to let it all be good and move on. Take yourself out of the cage this week, the mental cage that you've been keeping yourself in, right? Let yourself be free. Let yourself experience the freedom that you deserve. Again, accept that you're different, accept that you've been changed. That's the vibes for this week for you, pile number two. Take a vacation. And maybe again, when I see this card, it's always for me, it's like a vacation in the mind, right? Just go live in another place in your subconscious, okay? You have no control over what happened. We have barely any control over the future. Like I don't have control over this bus that then pulled outside the house making all this noise while I'm trying to do my reading. Just accept it and move on. It was all a part of your awakening. Sometimes you have to burn everything down. What do we know about fire? And first of all, this could not be a better card and actually a better pile as we go into Leo season, right? About fire, the fire sign, letting it all burn away. That is what the goddess Pele is about. Let everything burn away. Maybe doing a fire ritual for the new moon actually today would be good for you, pile number two, to burn away anything that has been keeping you caged in, that's been keeping you from being your true self, your real self. Go ahead and burn that bad boy or that bad girl. All right? Do a cute little fire ritual invoking the goddess Pele and understand that everything happened to you. It happened so that you could have this awakening, this grand awakening. You have she is changed, and then you have Pele sitting right under it. And it's almost like Pele's hands are reaching up towards the she is changed. And what does fire do? Fire transmutes, fire transforms. If I pulled from the animal spirit deck, I probably would get the phoenix, right? Just so again, just burn it all away. That is the vibes for you, pile number two. And then for your affirmation for the week, it's work. I do complete work. I tie up loose ends. You see that? Follow through on projects and enjoy the feeling that comes from a job well done. So tie up those loose ends. Loose ends are sitting right over under freedom. Tie up any loose ends that you have for work, right? Or in your personal life. And give yourself a break. Again, I enjoy the feeling that comes from a job well done, sitting right under freedom. It could not be more clear. Embrace your inner divine goddess, sitting right under plan a vacation. Okay? Look at her face. She couldn't be more unbothered. She couldn't be more unbothered, right? She's got her crystals. She is chilling. Look at her eyes. It's almost like people are talking and all she hears is mah, 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 planning her vacation. In her head, she's planning her vacation. People are coming to her with nonsense and she's planning her vacation. That's the vibes for you, pile number two. So what crystal ally will help you? Fluorite. Beautiful blue, beautiful fluorite. I think I have some fluorite over there actually. So let me read from the crystal guides and see. So this is also card number 24, which we would reduce down to 6, which has to do with family and numerology. So maybe you have to free yourself from some familial ties, some guilt maybe that has come down through the bloodline about how you're supposed to behave. So we have clarity and purity, clear focus and end to cluttered thinking. Pile number 1 had to deal with clutter. You're dealing with clutter. Get yourself some fluorite and keep it moving. And then we have autumn here. So when I see this, 1 is about timing for me. So putting these practices in place now so that by the fall, you will feel a sense of lightness, a greater sense of freedom, right? But also, when I get this card, I also think about letting things fall away, like literally letting things shed, letting things fall away. And so, and what is, seasons change, right? So also understanding people come into our life for a reason, a season, a lifetime. Let those things fall away, right? Let those things go. That is a great reading, pile number 2. Please let me know if this resonates for you. If you've made it this far, go ahead and drop a crystal ball in the comments, right? Like, share, and subscribe. You know I'm always talking about these algorithms, honey. I'm always trying to get around these algorithms because they definitely keep your girl and people like me shut out instead of being in. So, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how this reading was for you, and I'll see you next time. All right, pile number 3. Let's see. I always feel like pile number 3 like brings it all together, but we're gonna see where we're at. So we have the selenite, right? So you might need some extra cleansing, some extra support. Selenite is super heavy duty, so this could be a week for you, 1, to get yourself some selenite, and also to get yourself some extra support. Okay, so let's see what your self-care reading is. She learned an important lesson. And we have the 20 here. We would reduce that down to 2. So your self-care vibes this week are to be looking for the lessons in your relationships. What are your relationships teaching you? What have your relationships taught you about yourself, right? That is the message for you. There's going to be great, what is the word? She learns an important lesson about herself, about how she or he engages in relationships as a self-care reading. So learning the lessons so you don't have to repeat them. Got it. Oh my God, yeah. You see that? Here comes Hecate checking in. Pile number 3, are you at the crossroads? The thing about selenite is one of the few crystals that you don't have to charge, you don't have to clean. You can actually use it to clean other crystals, right? So it is a heavy duty stone. I had a feeling this was going to be a heavy duty energy. So pile number 3, drop down in the comments and let me know about this crossroads you're at. Because the lesson that you learn is going to help you make a decision, right? Which way to go. It feels very mythological. So the affirmation for you for the week comes from the spiritual health. My life is a beautiful reflection of my soul. That is the affirmation. I always say troubles, whatever, they are a reflection of your life, of your soul. And so what is your reflection teaching you this week? What is your reflection teaching you about how you make choices? Not making a choice is a choice. Passive-aggressive communication is a choice. Staying in bad relationships and bad situations is a choice. I'm not talking about like if there's violence and things like that. Staying in jobs that don't serve you is a choice, right? I'm getting real Two of Swords tease. Stalemate, pile number 3. I'm getting real stalemate tease. Like you don't want to make a move because you feel like your choices are limited. As I look for the Two of Swords, right? I was going to say Hanged Man, but the Hanged Man really is about looking at things from a higher perspective, and I feel like you're not doing that. I really feel like you're like, I'll move when you move. If I move, you move, just like that. I really feel like you're like, you gonna move? You gonna move? You gonna go first? You go first, then I'll go. But that's not the vibes of this week. The vibes of this week are to leap and let the universe carry you. Caught in your thoughts. Caught in your thoughts. Hecate, it's almost like Hecate is giving you the direction. It's almost like she's low-key pointing. We have the snake here, the snake about regeneration. The opportunity for new life is here, even amongst the dead trees. The trees are dead. There's no leaves on the trees, but there's also growth here, right? There's barren land, okay? But the path that you choose, there is life there. Something is growing, right? You don't have to stay in this stalemate. You don't have to stay in this position, okay? She could cut this binding at any time, and her hands are not bound. She's choosing to hold these swords. And if you can see, a little bit of her eye is coming out from the bottom. So she sees a sliver of what's going on. She could free herself at any moment, but she's refusing to see her reflection. The second affirmation for you is work. What did I say about bad jobs? The perfect job finds me. The perfect job finds me sitting right under crossroads. You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Perform a random act of kindness. Surprise! Sitting under my life is a beautiful reflection of my soul. Do something for someone else this week. Do something different. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own head. Get out of your own story. Get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. What I say, get out of your story, get out of your head, and get back to nature. Look at that. Getting back to nature sits right under she learns an important lesson. Pyrite, fool's gold. That is your crystal ally. Let's see what she has to say about, oh my God, I opened right up to it. Inherent value, knowing your worth, self-appreciation, genuine abundance, and prosperity within. My life is a beautiful reflection of my soul. What is your soul telling you? Get yourself some pyrite this week and meditate with it to help you make your decisions. Once you understand your inherent value, the value you have as a human being, just because you're here, then you can attract the perfect job. You can make those decisions and you can be confident in your decisions because you're confident in who you are. Wow, we have awakening again. Pile number 2 had awakening, but it came through the goddess Pele. This here we have spring awakening in reverse. How are you holding yourself back this week? Right? How is not moving holding you back? This is a week to move forward. Bring love to the situation, okay? And trust. These are your self-care messages for the week. And build your strength in the reverse. Drink more water. Are you feeling depleted this week? right? Drink more water, build your strength, right? So maybe exercising. Again, get out in nature, get back to nature, go for walks so that you can really come to terms with what this lesson is, what it is that you need to learn so that you can make that decision. And maybe that decision making is next week. We're still in the shadow of the Mercury retrograde and we have other planets in retrograde still, right? And so maybe next week is the week for moving forward in decision making. But this week, the self-care message really is about embracing your awesomeness, trusting and loving yourself, and looking at what your life is telling you. What is the reflection that life is showing you? All right? That's what I have for you, Pal 3. If you made it this far in the comments, drop down. I'm sorry, if you made it this far, drop down in the comments, put a magic ball so I'll let you know, to let me know you're there. As always, like, share, and subscribe because it helps me so much. And I will see you soon. Bye.